Hello there everyone. Hopefully you're doing outstanding. Today is Sunday, January the 8th, year 2022. This is Mazske Finance, the guy who bought 0 to 25 rentals in just under 4 years, talking to you. And I'm a blue collar guy. Something I've been interested in a long time is health. I've exercised a lot in my life, started as a teenager, all the way up to today. And over the years, I've tried to eat healthy. But I just completed reading a book that I strongly encourage all of you to read. Don't get turned off by this video, please. Please watch to the end. It won't be that long, I don't think. And I'm going to tell you about this book, and I'll try to put a link below where you can buy it on Amazon. It might take me just a little bit to get it below, but I'll stick it below once I upload it. But anyway, I really recommend this book. Even if you're a non-believer in eating, I recommend you to read this book. Because there's a couple things in life, and this is real quick, I wrote some stuff down, that there's things that are like categories. Well, let me show you the book first. I won't keep you in suspense, okay? And as always, my disclaimer, because I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not any kind of doctor at all. I'm just Mazske. I'm a peon. I'm the guy who reads a lot of books. I've probably read thousands of books in my life, thousands of blogs, thousands of newspapers, thousands of magazines. I've attended probably 5 or 6 different colleges. I've taken different courses. I've taken courses online, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I dare say my best and I've watched thousands of YouTube videos. Okay, but one of my best educations is sitting down reading books. And in this book, I got it on an ebook. Okay, it's called Eat to Beat Disease by Dr. William Li. Eat to Beat Disease by Dr. William W. Li. Li is L-I. All right, Eat to Beat Disease. I'm going to scroll through here because I'm going to find a couple pages here. Excuse me just a minute. I want to go up to page 16. Where are we at? Or 11. Sorry about this small delay. I'm almost there. Page 16. Okay. All right. No matter what I say here, I will not give this book justice. Okay. You have to read this book. I'll beg of you to read this book. I will give this book to you if I know you. I will buy it for you. Perhaps not today, but I will get it for you one day if you cannot afford to get it yourself. Okay. All right. So that being said, what Dr. Li talks about, he talks about the power of food. Because the other things, here's some categories in life. You guys are familiar with all of these, okay, real quick. We all experience stress, all right? We all sleep. Hopefully, all of us exercise. We all have genetics, okay? Who are we born from? Who are our parents? Who are our ancestors? And we all live in an environment. We have stressors from our environment, certain parts of the country. I saw earlier today the top 10 states that lead the country in heart disease. I saw a rank of the top 10 states that lead the country in diabetes and different rankings like that, okay? And then there's nutrition is another category. We can do things to help our environment. Do you smoke? Are you around smokers? Quit. You can't change your genetics, okay? You can't pick your parents, all right? We can change our exercise. We can start exercising more. Cardio and physical strength are important. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a marathon runner. You don't have to be an Olympic swimmer. Okay? Cardio and weight-bearing exercises are important. Sleep. We need to sleep properly to rest and recover. We need to minimize stress. There's a saying, stress kills. It does. And nutrition, it's not a boring topic. It's not like, oh, what's the point? Okay. Nutrition, I dare say, and I've thought this for a long time based on everything I've read, and it's been emphasized by reading this book. Nutrition is the most important thing of all. It's the one thing we can change, all of us, that will impact us the most. Okay. Real quick here, I'm going to cover the five main chapters of things he talks about. Okay. Bear with me, please. First one is angiogenesis. If I'm saying that right, angiogenesis. He started a foundation, the Angiogenesis Foundation. He leads it, okay? What he says briefly here, I'm going to read a small paragraph to you. 60,000 miles of blood vessels course throughout our bodies and bring oxygen and nutrients to all of our cells and organs. Angiogenesis is the process by which these blood vessels are formed. Foods like soy, green tea, coffee, tomatoes, red wine, beer, and even hard cheese can influence the angiogenesis defense system. I'm drinking my daily cup of decaf coffee. I drink 2 cups of coffee a day, one in the morning that has caffeine, one later in the day with as decaffeinated. I drink 2 or 3 cups of green tea a day, and I drink a cup of mud water. And roughly 5 days out of 7, I will drink 1 beer in the evening, early evening, okay? Second category is regeneration. Regeneration, powered by more than 750,000 stem cells distributed throughout our bone, marrow, lungs, liver, and almost all of our organs. Our body regenerates itself every day. These stem cells maintain, repair, and regenerate our bodies throughout our lives. Some foods, like dark chocolate, black tea, and beer, can mobilize them and help us regenerate. Other foods, like purple potatoes, can kill deadly stem cells that spark cancer growth. All right, moving on. Microbiome. You'll like this one. Almost 40 trillion bacteria inhabit our bodies, most of which act to defend our health. Not only do these bacteria produce health-supporting metabolites from the foods we swallow and deliver to our gut, but they also control our immune system, influence angiogenesis, and even help produce hormones that influence our brain and social function. We can boost our microbiome by eating foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, cheddar cheese, and sourdough bread. I've had all 4 of those things mentioned just in the past couple of days. All right, next one is DNA protection. Our DNA is our genetic blueprint, but it is also designed to be a defense system. It has surprising repair mechanisms that protect us against damage caused by solar radiation, household chemicals, stress, compromised sleep, and poor diet, and among other insults. Not only can certain foods prompt DNA to fix itself, but some foods turn on helpful genes and turn off harmful ones, while other foods lengthen our telomeres, which protect DNA and slow aging. Slow aging. Last of these 5 categories, immunity. Our immune system defends our health in sophisticated ways that are much more complicated than we previously thought. It is influenced by our gut, and it can be manipulated to successfully attack and wipe out cancer. Successfully attack and wipe out cancer, even in the elderly. Recent discoveries have completely changed our understanding of the immune system. Foods like, check this out, foods like blackberries, walnuts, and pomegranates can activate the immune system, while other foods can dampen its activities and help reduce the symptoms of autoimmune disease. Let me ask you this. How many people do you know, coworkers, parents, grandparents, friends, family, whatever, that have had heart issues, blood pressure issues, sugar issues, diabetes, some sort of cancer, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, or some other disease? I guarantee pretty much all of you watching this know somebody who has one of those diseases I just mentioned, okay? What Dr. Lee says is that food can help beat disease. He says it's great what medicine does with treating disease, but we're finally learning how to prevent disease. If you prevent it, you don't have to treat it. You prevent it. And if you can prevent it by the way you live your life, everything we talked about, from sleep to stress to environment, everything, you do your best in all those categories. But if you can eat to beat disease, and tell me, which one of you does not like blackberries? Which one of you does not like blueberries? Who doesn't like broccoli? Who doesn't like sweet potatoes? Who doesn't like coffee, green tea? Who doesn't like almonds, cashews, walnuts? Okay, all of those things are foods that we can eat and should eat. Natural foods, sure. They might be organic or non-organic. He explains why he recommends organic. Organic costs more than non-organic, okay? So if money's tight, there are certain foods you can look around on the internet, and there's certain foods that will absorb pesticides more so than others. If you're buying bananas, do you need to buy organic? You peel the thing and you eat the inside. You probably don't need to buy organic. If you're buying a peach is soft. It absorbs chemicals that are sprayed on it. Maybe you want to spend the extra money on the peach, organic peach, okay? I'm just throwing that out there, okay? Because life is here to be lived. We have to enjoy it, okay? Now, with everything he says, I'm summarizing some things, just a lot, a lot. You eat, you drink everything in moderation. I've known people that will drink 6 or 8 cups of coffee a day. That's too much, okay? I know people who might drink 6 or 8 beers or 6 or 8 glasses of wine a day. That's too much. Alcohol in particular causes a lot of problems. And once you surpass just a single beer or a single glass of wine, not every single day, but say you do it 5 days a week, once you get into 2 or 3 or 4, you negate any positive benefits. You hear that? You negate them. You cancel them out. You don't get any positive benefits. Okay? If you smoke cigarettes, you vape, you chew tobacco. Okay? It's all negative. You don't get any positive benefits. But when you choose to eat a bowl of oatmeal in the morning for breakfast and put some blackberries and crushed walnuts on top and maybe a little bit of almond milk and maybe sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on it, okay, that's something good. All right? He has a plan at the end of the book where he talks the 5-5-5 plan. And I'm not going to go into detail on this, but it basically says he talks about 200 different foods in his book. 200 different. If you can't find something to eat in 200 foods, there's something wrong with you. All right? And I'm joking around here. But he talks about eating 5 a day. 5 a day. I sometimes get 5 in my breakfast. I eat a bowl of oatmeal. Oatmeal's not one of those 200 foods, okay? I think he mentions oatmeal in the book, but it's not one, so maybe it is one of the 200, I'm not sure. But in my oatmeal, I try to put blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, cinnamon, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds, and top it off with almond milk, okay? So I'm getting more than my 5 a day right there, okay? My lunch that I just had, I'll tell you about my lunch. We just had hamburgers. I made the hamburgers. The hamburgers, I bought organic ground beef. I call it organic. I got it on sale. It was like $6.29 or $6.49 a pound. It was like $3 off. It's normally 9 something a pound, so I got it on sale. I made 4 hamburgers. We each just ate 1. The hamburgers, I put in there turmeric, however you want to say it. It's a herb. It's a spice. It's a yellow spice. It reduces inflammation. I sprinkle turmeric on the beef. I put pepper. I put a little bit of salt. We also crushed up garlic and finely diced onions. Garlic and onions. Garlic is the better of the two, but garlic and onions have antiviral and antibacterial properties to them. Okay, we put them in the burgers. We also made some red kidney beans, and we had some softened onions and tomatoes in there. I took the tomatoes for the burgers. Tomatoes have lycopene. That's good for us. Our eyes and other parts of our body, it's good for us, okay? According to Dr. Lee, when we eat a raw tomato, our bodies will absorb approximately 20% of that lycopene. But if you heat that tomato, your body can absorb more. And if you heat it with oil, he recommends extra virgin olive oil. You heat it extra, because that has healthful benefits to it, the olive oil. You heat it in the extra virgin olive oil. You can make a sauce you can cut up tomatoes and make a sauce that way, which is healthy. Your body will absorb like 80% of the lycopene. What I did was I took tomato slices, put them in the frying pan enough to heat them up. They started to get soft, but I didn't cut them up or nothing like that. I took them off the heat, okay? The oil is absorbing into the tomato a bit, so when I put it on the burger, hopefully my body's absorbing more of the lycopene, okay? I also put mustard on it. Mustard has curry in it or turmeric in it, okay? It helps give it its yellow flavor plus the mustard seed, okay? For dinner, we'll probably eat some kind of mixed green salad or maybe a kale salad or romaine lettuce salad, okay? Kale, romaine lettuce, they're there. Herbs, spices, seeds, fruits, vegetables, okay? peppers, red chili peppers, bell peppers. All right, there's so many foods that we can eat that can benefit our health. We can eat to beat disease. That doesn't mean that you or I or anyone out there that read this book and eat this way will not get cancer or have heart disease, but we will hopefully really minimize our odds, especially with if we don't have a genetic problem already. You can't change genetics, but if you can change the way you eat to eat healthy, you decrease the chance of having heart problems. Like my cholesterol has always been under 200 all my life, even when I was eating more poorly. Okay, my blood tests have always been fairly decent all my life. So it surprised me. I've told you this before. I've had 2 colonoscopies, one at age 50, one at age 49 and 54. It's 5 years apart. I got polyps snipped out each time. Okay, snipping a polyp means that polyp cannot become cancer. All right, something he brings up in the book is that our bodies are constantly making little cancer cells. He describes them as the size of a tip of a ballpoint pen. They're small, and they just kind of hang out different places in our body. But they're starved. They don't get blood. So as long as they don't get blood, they can't grow. And then eventually our immune system comes along and says, "Oh, danger," and they kill it off. We don't develop cancer until we're older. All right? But if we can keep our immune system strong, and if you start when you're in your 20s, it will be stronger all your life. If you wait till you're 65 to start, there's probably already some damage, but by starting, you can correct that damage, hopefully, and improve things. Same thing, heart disease, diabetes, every disease I've mentioned, almost all of them are caused by how we live our lives. Almost all of them. Do we smoke? Do we drink to excess? Do we eat a lot of junk food? Eating a bad diet. For decades now, they've been talking about that's how you have heart problems. You get lung problems. You get tumors. You get this. You get high sugar. On and on and on. So anyway, I feel like I'm ranting here a bit. I'm sorry. Okay. But that book, if you read it, you may not be interested in nutrition. One of my buddies, a good friend of mine, somebody I've mentored, he told me the other day he's not interested in diets. Okay? He's physically fit. He's muscular. Okay? I'm not built to be muscular per se, but I used to work out a lot where I was more muscular, but I was always smaller, scrawnier. I could never bulk up. I could never gain weight until I aged and started eating a daily bowl of ice cream might pack pounds on. I used to eat a lot of ice cream and chocolate and pastries and donuts. What police officer doesn't eat donuts, right? Okay. So I've eaten a lot of junk food over the years. All right. But I've had onions and garlic all my life. I've had green tea since I was a teenager. I've drank a cup of green tea. Now I drink 2 cups or 3 cups. Okay. But if we can all make healthy choices, put it in your mind. It's that mindset. Have a mindset where when you decide, because we're all busy in different ways. Some of us have kids. My kids are grown now. All right. Some of us have kids. We have children. We have busy lives. We have stressful jobs. We live in a stressful area. All right. We can't necessarily change everything. But maybe on Sundays, if you work a Monday through Friday job, on Sunday, can you start planning out some of your meals for the day? Can you pre-pack, pre-cook something? When you're in the grocery store, instead of getting a bag of chips, could you get the 2-pound bag of almonds? Just small choices. Could you start? Probably every supermarket has this. Chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds. Could you buy one of those? I get all 3, but could you buy just one? Sprinkle it onto your cereal. Sprinkle it onto your oatmeal. Sprinkle it into your yogurt. Yogurt's in there. Try to get yogurt with no sugar added. Yeah, you won't like it probably if you're addicted to sugar like most people are, but if you get it, put some blackberries in that sugar-free yogurt. Put some blackberries in there, a little bit of seeds. It's pretty, you're eating healthy. All right. So anyway, this video's got long, and I know you get tired of listening to me beat the bush. or be whatever. So anyway, I want to wrap this up here. One last thing, my pool is basically finished. All right, the pump's been running for 24 hours. It was kind of finished yesterday. Got it filled. It took about 24 hours to fill it up. It's like somewhere between 13,000 and 15,000 gallons of water. So got it filled. It took about 2 hours for the guy from the company to get here. He said he wanted to be here to put the chemicals in. Okay. And that 2 hours, and I guess it started while the pool was filling, the pool started turning green. And the water, algae, that quick. It's like, this is South Florida. It's like that quick. But that was yesterday. This is today. My pool is blue. It's not 100% balanced just yet, but it's almost there. By tomorrow, it should be perfect. So if we can just get the weather to be a little bit warmer to warm that little baby up, I'll be back in there swimming. It looks nice. I'll make a video one day this week, hopefully out there on the pool deck, just to show you what, I'm not bragging about it. I want to show you what financial independence can do for you if you want it, okay? So with that being said, here's to eating for your health. Here's to drinking to your health. Because what's the point of getting wealthy and planning to live a great life in the future if when we get there, we have health problems? All right, so take care of yourself there, guys and gals of Mazske Finance World. Mazske cares about you. I want the best for you and everything you do. All right, so that being said, Mazke's signing out.